Good evening, everybody. We are back. How good does it feel to be back here on with the Hair Show? We have missed you, and I'm just seeing your comments coming back. I actually feel quite emotional because we were last here with the Hair Show February. And my goodness, a lot's gone on, hasn't there, since then? But hey, we are going to be bringing you heaps of smiles tonight. I promise you that. We have, honestly, it is so good to see all your faces. That, and I'm going to flag some of these coming up. I'm going to just say something to you all. You'll notice that there's some of you coming in as Facebook user. I think you may have to grant permission to Facebook for us to see your name. So I can't remember how it works. So if you can see that, give Facebook permission. I think it's if you're watching in the How to Cut It community, it's coming up as Facebook users. So you have to give that permission. If you're in the Facebook page, we can see your names. If we can't, you'll just have to put your names there because I don't know who I'm talking to. But look, we are back. Our new monthly format of the Hair Show. We're going to now bring this to you once a month. I don't know which one it's going to be. Is it going to be the end of the month, start of the month? We can't make up our minds because we had to delay this because of obviously the sad loss of our Queen. But that's why we're delayed coming back to you. But we are all good. We've been sat in this green room behind here for the last hour getting ready, and the excitement is huge. So we are here, and you may be watching on LinkedIn. You could be watching on YouTube, Facebook page, or the Facebook group. Wherever you're watching, it is great to have you here because remember, this is your show, the Hairdressers Show. This is where we hang out, we talk, we see things, we smile, and we have some real fun along the way. And we also challenge topics. That's a big part of it. But it is you that makes it really special. And I want you to be part of this conversation. That's what really does make this show so powerful, is the engagement. Because as you bring in the conversations, I'm going to be looking down at this screen. I can see you all coming in there. And we're going to bring you up and into the conversation tonight. Okay, so that is exactly where we're going to be going. And remember, do share this out. Okay, let people know about the show, their friends, people that are going to really enjoy this tonight. Let them know. But let's have a little house check. Let's see who's in the house. I'm going to have to scroll right down. 20-second delay, by the way. So first in was Lee. I think I saw Lee. So I'm going right back. Good to have you here, Lee. So we've got Lee. We've got Paul from Aristides, my good buddy, Facebook user. Yeah, try and give permission if you can on that. Samantha Blues, hey Samantha, hope you're doing well. On LinkedIn, Vanessa, how you doing, Vanessa? Colette, great stuff, Colette. Good to see you at Salon International. Keep doing a great thing. Hey Katrina, nice to see you too. Our supporters of the Hair Show, Pivot Point UK. Hi Janet, nice to see you there. Who else do we have? Yeah, Enki Towels, good evening everyone. Yes. Hey Mustafa, loved hanging out with you, buddy, at Salon International. That was really good. Hey, Joe McKay. How you doing, Joe? If you're all new to the show, let us know. Have you seen this before? Let us know on that. So loads of you, let us know where you are, where you're watching it, and let's have lots of smiles. So shall we have a look at what is coming up? I think we're going to have a look on that. So let's see. What's coming up tonight? Well, coming up on tonight's show, I'm going to shortly be joined by Georgia and Rheanna, my two lovely hosts. Then we're going to head into the launch of Boss It. And this is where Georgia and Rheanna are going to be bossing each other on some ideas. And tonight it's all about bangs, followed by another Rockin' with Rheanna. And we're going to take a look into Rheanna as well, see what's going on. Then we've got all the stuff, content creation, because we've got that video coming from Ben Lifton. Then we are going to be bringing into our show our hugely special guest. I'm so excited to have him here, Norman Boulton of Not Another Salon. He's going to be joining us for the rest of the show later on. He's going to be part of the conversation. He is going to be also giving us our hot topic, which is why are we people pleasers? But are they pleasing you? Or should I say we are people pleasers, but are they pleasing you? Don't miss that, and don't miss his hair hack, because he has a hair hack for you. Then we're also going to do throw your questions out there. That's where we're going to pull in a lot of these comments that maybe we miss. Maybe there's things that you want to ask Norman, maybe ask George, Rheanna. That's going to be your opportunity. Then we are going to be having the hair challenge. Yep, our Dan has done another hair challenge for us. Looking forward to that, supported by our friends at Pivot Point. Plus, we have lots more coming your way tonight, and be sure to be part of this conversation by dropping your comments, opinions, questions, sharing. Remember to share, because this is your show, The Hair Show, all right? So let's kick back and let's have some happiness and some smiles, all right? So are you ready to meet my gorgeous co-hosts? And they are looking proper good tonight. I'm telling you, proper good. They are styled up to the max. So I want to see lots of likes, lots of love hearts as I welcome to the show, at the press of a button, Rheanna and Georgia. How are you both?
Guys!
Hello, everyone. It's so nice to be back, isn't it?
Come on, everybody. Look how gorgeous. Hey, look. Georgia, hair's been going. How's that mullet gone? Have we still got the mullet?
The mullet's gone, babes. It's a Chelsea now, and I've got about 5 strands of hair at the back of my head left, and I'm thinking about trying to grow it a little bit, but I'm loving it. I love it.
Oh, it's beautiful. And Rheanna, look at that. Stunning. Wouldn't you agree? How have you got that?
Hair, actually.
Is that actually working with your own texture there, Rheanna, or have you styled that out with...
Not washing your hair for 4 days, sleeping on it, and then going...
Oh, look at wow. It's so beautiful.
Loving it. Oh, I'm so jealous of all this hair work. But I'm watching all these comments coming in. I am so behind. But I'm looking where we got. I think I saw our furthest away. Did I see a Canada? Did I see a Canada coming in?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, let me have a look. Let me go. Yeah, hi from Canada. Yeah, hi, Canada. Oh, well,
hello,
I don't know what
Canada.
time it is in Canada, but I can't see your names, which is, yeah, please do put your names in as you do your comments. Okay, maybe just put a name there so I can... know who it is. Nergish is here on LinkedIn. Hey, Nergish. Lovely to see you too. Yeah, loads of you. We're going to keep...
It was lovely. Nergish, it was so nice to see you at Salon International as well. So hello from me.
She's an absolute legend, is Nergish, when it comes to business mastermind. One of the real original coaches is Nergish. But look, lots happened, hasn't it, Rheanna, since we last spoke in... February. I want to get this bit out of the way, but we've got to reference it. We have a new Prime Minister again.
Oh my God. Yeah, and that's actually part of my happy news this week, that Lizzie No Trust has resigned. So yeah, happy days from me.
I mean, obviously we don't like to bring a political opinion out here, but yeah, it's been tough, isn't it, Rheanna? I mean, I think for everybody, there's no doubting as an industry. Is not just the industry, but everybody. But certainly from a salon point of view, our concerns.
Yeah, and everyone, we're all saying that in history, the amount of changes that have had, obviously the Queen going, the change of the Prime Minister. This, I think it's going to be this generation is going to see so many changes in history in such a short space of time. Obviously, us all dealing with that, and then. Prices changing and everything being harder, coming into our harsh winter now. Yeah. Lots of changes.
Have you got a different approach, George, with your heating, your electric? Or are you sort of just carrying on as per normal?
I'm in a fixed rate until November, so I'm just waiting to get a day off in the salon, and then once I've got a day off, I need to ring them. But yeah, everything is changing and everything is getting more expensive. But I think there could also be a lot of negativity around. And I think, obviously, I've seen 2 recessions in my life, and I've seen, this kind of happen before. Maybe not to this degree, but I think it's about, being entrepreneurial and thinking about, right, we're not going to change what's happening. What can we do to get clients in? What can we, by not dropping our prices, but what kind of things can we do to entice people for that little treat, and sort of think about it a bit positively. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just seeing Colette just dropped that in. She's going on Sky News, talk about her industry. I know Colette plays a big part in, doing a great job. And I've got to flag it up, is on TV right now. I don't know if it's on tonight, isn't it? 10 o'clock? The big blowout?
Yeah, I love it.
Yay!
You enjoying it?
Yeah, I really love watching it. Yeah.
What do you think, Rheanna? Is it doing our industry proud? Is it something we should say, yeah, they're doing good?
We haven't seen it yet, but I'm thinking yes. I'm thinking anything that can show the excitement we get out of hairdressing, the different avenues you can go down, that it's not just, what everybody thinks on the outside. I think that's good. You know, people, non-hairdressers still talk about the salon. So I'm excited to see what comes from it, and hopefully to see new people wanting to go into hairdressing.
Yeah,
And
I
I
know so
also
many.
think as well. Sorry, Dom.
No, carry on, George.
I also think it's really brave of anyone going on that as well. Do you know, like, there's a lot of well-known social media hairdressers on there, and you know, they're just going in and they're just doing it, and they're putting in these surroundings where it can be quite tough, and it's long hours doing TV programs. Like, it's not all smoke and mirrors, and I just think it's really brave, and I think it's really great, and I love to see everyone's interpretation of the challenges week to week. I think it's been great.
No, it has, and
Yeah.
I know so many members of the How to Cut It community. You know, are in there. Claire, Dylan, Daryl. Not
Yeah,
Daryl.
100%.
Daryl's not in there. But there are lots of people.
Jack Mead's in there. Claire,
Jack Mead,
amazing.
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
it's been, and Lisa Farrell, who, yeah, who's actually on my podcast today. You know, I've really been impressed by it. I was a bit nervous about it. I won't lie. I'm just going to again just remind a lot of you, if you want to have your name flagged up, if you go to the Facebook at How to Cut It page and watch it live there, then your name will be able to come up, and we'll know who we're talking to on there. But a big part of the show, and seeing what we all talked about some time back when we were planning this, is that there's a lot of doom and gloom out there, isn't there? Well, again, you know, we know that. So happiness, smiles, and so that's why we have come up with something called Happy News.
the happy news.
So if you want a bit of happy news, that's what we're going to bring you from each of us here tonight. We've all got a little thing to share. So first up, George has got her happy news for you. Shall we go and have a little look?
Oh my God, so I just love this. So it's called Chunk the Groundhog, and basically he's in America. He's basically broken his way into this guy's field that grows vegetables. All the guys like vegetables was going missing. He was like, what is this? So he put a camera up. Then his girlfriend came along. Then they had 6 groundhog kids, and they basically have their own space now in that field where they've got their own little bits of furniture and as many vegetables as they would like. And every time I feel a little bit sad, I just look at Chunk the Groundhog, follow him. He's gone viral. Amazing.
I love Chunk.
Yeah, I do. I can't get enough of him. Like, I've even thought about buying some merch. That's so sad, isn't it?
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, so that's at Chunk _the groundhog. Yeah, go and follow him. So we've got some more happy news coming your way tonight. Yeah, I think people enjoyed that. Again, I don't know that 20-second delay, whether we're talking about that. Yeah, so Paul said, brilliant. He's cute. Somebody said, what's the big blowout? It's a bit like the Great British Bake Off, but for hairdressing. It's on E4 Monday nights, 10 o'clock. It's that concept. Well worth watching, I promise you on that. What's this? Yay, we are the happy industry. Ooh, Chunk, too cute.
Yeah, I told you, Dom, when I told you.
We're loving it. We are loving Chunk. Look, we want to bring you hair in the show. Obviously, the hair show. It's not just conversation, but we've got hair. A new concept where we're going to be bringing you tonight, the first time, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this works. We haven't rehearsed any of this, by the way, all of you. We just, we wing it. Yeah, we kind of know where we're going, but we are going to be doing something called Boss It. And George actually come up with this, and Rheanna between them. So, but I'll let you explain, Georgia, how this is going to work.
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously, you know, when you're in hairdressing, as you learn, but then as you get a little bit more sort of into it, there's different ways of doing things, but with the same kind of effect, or, you know, it's just about learning. So what I really wanted to do was to show you little hair hacks throughout every month that you can do in the salon, but different interpretations of it. So myself and Rheanna are going to be doing some bangs this evening. I'm going to be doing like a bottleneck fringe with a razor. And
Should we actually flag over to it and actually see what we're going to do, George?
Yeah,
should we do
of
that?
course,
Let me do that. Hang on. I like my little transition bits as well, so you can't let me not do my transition.
Yeah, so basically I told Rheanna she's got to do this one that's flashing up next to her, but with some scissors, so you can see a quick, effective technique of doing some really nice bangs. And then I'm going to do the bottleneck, but I'm going to do it with a razor. Again, really quick, really easy, really effective. Your clients are going to love it. Bang on trend. Boom, let's boss it. And I think it's you first, Ree.
Best.
No pressure, babes.
I am sat here watching. Absolutely. Yeah, let's go with that. Go on.
And if anyone's got any questions about what Rhee's doing, then just drop it in there, and I'll ask her.
Perfect. Right. So there's no wrong or right way. That's what I'm going to say first before everyone watches me do a demonstration.
Yeah.
Out for interpretation. So this is how I generally do it in the salon, and really it's just the quick way. I most of the time I'd say, depending on the hair type, I generally will do it dry at the end once I've dried forward. Mainly because if someone's got a cowslick or anything like that, I just really want to make sure the hair's going forward first. So what I've done is taken, basically just sectioned off the sides from ear to ear, and then I've made a small, before I drop it on the floor, a small triangle section at the front. This is basically going to be how I'm going to start it. So I'm going to pull it down. We're going to say we've done a consultation. We've asked her how short she wants it, and she doesn't want it that short. So I'm going to pull it down just over her nose. And for the first bit, I'm just going to actually cut a V in there, okay? Quite a deep V. So that's my first little bit, and then chop the middle off. Right, so you can see I've got my V. After I've done my V, I don't know if you can see it until I put my comb underneath, I'm going to take small sections one by one from the side and pull it across and overextend it, and then drag it into the middle. So taking half the section, let me come around this side, and I'm going to just bring it over, and I'm going to look at where my top piece is. So literally my shortest section in the middle, pull my fingers right down, and almost like I'm cutting down to the floor to blend it in. Yeah? Oh, and then cut off the bit that I missed. Right, I'm going to do the same with the other side. Again, just a small slither. And then I'm going to bring it across the middle section, overextend it, go from my middle piece, and I'm going to cut up. I don't know if my arm's over this at the moment. So I've got a nice V like that. If you want, you can then carry on the sides and really go into kind of shaping with it. So all I would do is just go and carry on what you were doing without overextending it, and go from the longest piece on the outside. Let me just move it more central. And then I'm just going to bring it forward and then slide down just to give some softness around the face. And then I'm going to come around the other side and take a small piece of the side again, and then just do a little slither. Again with the longest piece, and then I'm just going to slide over the top. Right, so you basically got a U shape. With the straighteners, I'm going to split it in two, and I'm going to curl it under and back away from the face, and just a small bend. Then to the other side. My lead's not long enough, so I'm going to do this slightly off camera. So we're going to bend the sides back, both sides. Go back to the middle. Hairspray. And then I'm just going to bend. That was the straighteners. And then I'm just going to bend naturally with my fingers. Is this similar to how you would do it, George, or is it completely different to how you'd razor cut it?
I don't know, but she's disappeared.
Oh. We will see George's in a second.
Yeah, George will be back, but we're there, so it's looking good. Yeah, I think we'll wait and see. She always does this with her Wi-Fi. Is this something you're finding actually, Rheanna, that you're using on?
Slightly off center, sorry.
Is this happening quite regularly for you now? People asking for this?
All the time, and I think what's happening now is some people are wanting really separate bangs. So some people are really wanting that top bang and then just long hair.
Yeah.
or we're finding people that are wanting to really go into that sort of shaping. I think as the 90s revival's coming back and everyone's talking about Rachel from Friends and soft shaping, people are happy to kind of start off short and then go, go all the way down. And even, before we weren't really getting bangs with shorter hair. And now we're getting, the short hair. When the Frenchie came in, everyone was going mad for that. It was about the short little bob and almost a bang that just sits over eyebrow. So you use exactly the same technique, but instead of doing the V from, where's the nose? There we go. The V from the nose down. You're going to start, I would normally start from here. And then basically the shortest point being in between the eyes and then the longest point being the nose. And then that will give you a really short bang that kind of sits above the eyes.
Come on then, let's give you one of these. Well, look, whilst we wait for George, obviously we can't do the herb Bossett because she's not there. So what we're going to do, we are going to go to Rockin' Rheanna, and then we'll maybe come back to that. So we'll try and find where George is. But come on, let's hear some love for Rheanna pulling that together. Great stuff. So let's go to it. Our next bit.
Right, guys. Rockin' Rheanna, this is my first section. So this is a lovely lady. This is just some things that I like to see on Instagram. And this lady makes everything out of cowrie shells, okay? So headpieces, dresses, tops, anything for your house that you can imagine. She's got so big now that she actually has done a whole outfit for Beyonce. But I love how it basically is bringing out the culture from where she's from. In Africa, they're using, sustainable organic materials and just being so creative with it, creating almost like hair silhouettes as well with the caps. This is my favorite when you can see how she started to kind of make this beautiful cap that's going to kind of come together once all the cowrie shells are made. And this is the lady herself. Yeah, look at them.
Beautiful.
Just so beautiful. And there was Beyonce. This is my second one. Right, so we're going to tag everything in the comments, but this lady makes cosplay wigs, and I just think they are amazing. She's also done these really extreme do-rags, and instead of calling it couture, she's called it ghetto, so a mixture between ghetto and couture. So these are the few weird things that I see on Instagram and I love. So she's one of my favorites. I just think creativity is amazing. And that is my Rockin' Rheanna.
Love. So we have that little gap there. So I've just been communicating with George. You'll all be happy to know she forgot to charge her laptop up. Her battery has gone flat. So she is going to be joining us, and we'll do the second part of Bossing It very soon when she is back into the show. Love that, Rheanna. And it's like we say, we wanted to do this because it is opening us up sometimes to things that we don't always see out there.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I've got so many weird and wonderful things that I follow on my, maybe my personal Instagram page over my hair page. And you realise if us in the creative industry, everyone follows such different creative stuff outside hair. And as much as the two things we picked, they've obviously done stuff in hair as well. But it's nice to, see what's influencing other stuff at the moment and what influences us when we go back into the salon or wherever we go.
And the first lady you pulled out, some of that hair work is absolutely sensational. I mean, if somebody was to get inspired from a collection of that, so absolutely to follow. So whilst we wait for George, let's just have a little look back on the comments, shall we? And take a breather. Yeah. I'm getting some comments to Lee. So going back to that, Safi, Lush Fringe.
Thank you.
We go into there. There's a lot of you still keep saying about this, the name. Yeah, I think the best way to do this is if you are watching on the How to Cut It hairdressing community, maybe just swap over to the How to Cut It Facebook page. There we'll see your names, or Dom Lehane LinkedIn profile is there. All right, so that's the best way to do it. Yeah, but I'm recognising some of the names that you're doing here. We've got a comment here. Well done, Rheanna. You are totally right about the bangs. I've cut more in the last few weeks than I have in years. Sarah, how you doing, Sarah? Yeah, it is. The haircut. The haircut is back, isn't it?
Yeah. And the thing is I haven't really not been doing actual full fringes. Really, it's been a long time since I've done a full fringe. And after everyone going really mad about, I think, all of the 90s revival and, Pamela Anderson, when the documentary Pam and Tommy came out, everyone was coming in for this Pamela Anderson fringe, which was almost a strong fringe with the bangs over top. So it's like a double layered fringe.
Yeah, somebody put enjoying finding new creators and inspirations. But thank you so much for that, Rheanna. I love that. I think that's going to be a great concept. And going forward, just to let you know, it's not going to be weekly. So we're going to do this once a month, more content. If there's stuff that you would like to bring into the show, maybe you'd like to be a part of the show, then let us in. But just to keep you on your guard, we are going to be bringing in our special guest tonight very soon. Norman Boulton is going to be joining us, and hopefully Rheanna, George will be joining us again. So I keep looking to that screen, but we will crack on as all pros do, and I'm going to just share with you my happy news. I'm going to be completely honest. I've done this quite quickly because I was getting this all set up today, but here's my happy news. Who doesn't love?
Yeah.
Look at him. Come on. If that doesn't give you a little bit of heartwarming, he just looks dazed and confused, like saying, what is going on? But I like this place. Delightful News on Instagram. It really is a nice place to go and hang out when, you know, if you get a bit drawn into the misery of the world, then hey, look, this golden retriever, isn't he? So absolutely beautiful. So that is yeah, love a dog, don't you, Rheanna?
I love him.
Gorgeous.
He was so submissive to the little girl, wasn't he? It was true love.
Yeah. Ryan's just asked a question. Is my name showing now? Yes, it is, Ryan. So I guess you've gone onto the Facebook page, or okay, you are all. That's all you all keep asking. I can't see my name. Well, yeah. Honestly, ask Ryan. Ryan will tell you how to do it. He's obviously gone and done this. But Lee, we can't see comments from Facebook user unless you put them up as a caption under pics, Dom. Oh, don't give me any more work to do tonight. I don't know. You're stressing me out already. I mean, with George gone. So, can you see my name yet? Yes. Yeah. Now you're all getting it.
Hi,
now
Justin.
you're all getting. How you doing, Justin? Lovely to see you. Yeah. So I'm way back on these comments. You're all just talking between yourself. I've got to remind you all, actually, if you do share the show out tonight, we have an amazing giveaway from our friends at Pivot Point. Janet has done a great competition. There's a chance to win a pack of clips, and there's a styling pouch which has got their graphite combs, loads of bits and gizmo gear in there from Pivot Point. It's worth over £60. So if you would like to win that, share the show tonight. Next week, we're just going to pick at random, and then one person will be named a winner on the How to Cut It community page. We'll do it there, and the Facebook page. So anyway, whilst we try and get George back, for all of you that love a bit of content creation, Ben Lifton is the go-to guru, isn't he? There's a few of them as well as Viv Johns and that. But yeah, Ben's got his piece. He's got some nice little tips for you here. So yeah, let's take a breather and let's see where George is while this is going on.
Hello to everyone at the hair show and everyone watching at home. How are we all this evening? And for those who don't know me, my name is Ben Lifton and I own Content Queens. In Content Queens, I exclusively work with hair and beauty professionals to train you on all things social media and content creation to help grow your business, basically. So, thank you very much for having me back for this fabulous new season of the hair show. Not much has changed over my side, apart from the fact that I've got a little fan here and I feel like Beyonce on stage with my little wispy bits blowing in the wind. Anyway, so let's jump into some tips and tricks to help you hair and beauty professionals be creating more gorgeous, client-converting, scroll-stopping content. Here we go. Let me show you how to take your product pictures from looking like this to looking like this. What you're going to do is you're going to turn your phone upside down and you're going to plug the phone onto the table, and then you're just going to lean back slightly. Et voila, you're going to have a more professional, anthemic looking product shot. Do you want another one? We all know it's really annoying that when you download a video on TikTok, then it comes up with a little watermark everywhere. So here is how to download it without said watermark. So you can whack it out onto your other socials, your Instagram, your Pinterest, your FaceB, your MySpace. So on your TikTok account, you're just going to hit the little arrow down here, and then you're going to click copy link here. And then you're going to go onto your interweb and you're going to search for this website. So it's ssstic.io, and then literally paste in the URL here and then download. Et voila. And then I would always just go for the HD, high definition, just click without watermark HD. Comes up with a couple of pop-ups. I'm just going to click download here. Lovely. And then I'm just going to tap down here on the big blue circle with the arrow in it. And then I'm going to click downloads here. And then I have got the video here. And then to save it to my camera roll, I'm just going to hit the square with the arrow down here. And then click save video, and that is going to go into my library, and then I can post it out on Instagram. And there you have it, my little honey boo boo child. So I know I went a little bit fast in those videos, so you might have to watch this video again, or better still, you can sign up to my Social Superstar subscription. I think Mr. Dom is going to pop the link in the chat for y'alls, and basically inside of the subscription, you're going to have immediate access to over 100 training videos on all things Reels, TikTok videos, transitions, web design, how to market your hair and beauty business, everything to grow your clientele and grow your brand and grow your business. So it's only €20 a month for immediate access to over 100 step-by-step training videos. It's way more useful than any unused Netflix or Prime subscriptions. So in the meantime, let's head back to the studio with Dom and team. Thank you so much for having me. LESM, keep slaying it, y'alls. Mwah.
No, really weird. I'm so sorry. So I'm on my right.
What happened, Georgia Bell?
What's a live show without hiccup?
Oh, you honestly, it keeps me so on the edge. Does this show?
Well, I'm on it now as well, actually. So my laptop is completely cut out. I'm on a phone. We make do. We move. Right. We
That's
make it
okay.
work.
That looks all right. You're looking good still on your phone, so it's not just the camera that was making you look good on your other one.
Thank you very much. Do you want to see my bangs or what? Or shall we save it?
Yeah,
till
no,
end?
absolutely. I love this show. I hope you all enjoy that. But look, Nugget's just said Ben is brilliant. He is absolutely brilliant. I think he delivers it. Hey, Heather. Lovely to see you along, Heather. You're smashing it as always. My go-to for everything. Yeah. Oh, you're all getting your names in now. I think you're sussed. I think you're all going over to the Facebook. Ben, you are the bomb. I have to bring this in as well. I love this. I saw New York and Melbourne friends here, Dom. Who's that? Great to have you. Great to have you. Yeah, you're coming in far and wide. But anyway, we're going to go back. Let me just go back to everything that I've set up. All right, so let's go back. So we had the beautiful fringe from Rheanna. Let's have a little reminder. That was what Rheanna done. Lovely, 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 lovely. You're going to do this one, George, the softer one, aren't you? By yourself. So get yourself ready. And we'll come back to it. I hope you're all enjoying the show. Remember to share it, be part of it, get it out there. We've got Norman coming in a bit. And it is going to be a longer show tonight, so hang around with us. We've got some great stuff. Hair challenge coming along, hair hacks, we're a hot topic. So here we go. Right, okay. Right, hang on. There we go. Yeah, we can see you. We can see you. So over to you.
So I'm going to be doing a little bit of a razor bang for you. I'm not bothered sectioning it off the clip simply because when I razor cut, it's a lot more free flowing. So I have to. Oh, dropping the comb here. Right. So I have taken the parting down the centre, and I'm going to do a little triangular section, very similar to what Rheanna did actually. So we've got a centre parting. I hope you can all see that. And I'm going to do a bottleneck fringe, which means it's shorter. God, you can't even see me here. Right, okay. So it's shorter here and it's going to wing out a little bit longer. So I'm going to take a really small triangular section. And I'm just going to kind of comb this out of the way. It is already wet, guys, this hair. So I'm going to decide where I want to sort of that fringe to sit. Now, it is a doll's head, so it is likely to spring up. So if you are going to practice on a doll, please remember that. I'm going to take it just below the brow, and with my razor, I'm just going to cut that first section. I'm going to section that bit off there, and I'm going to take a slightly larger triangle, and I'm going to move that over to the bit that the area that I've just cut, over direct it, and then I'm going to start making it longer and softer. If you think, it's still a little bit long on one side, then you can always go back through like I'm doing now and just take a little bit more off. And then a slightly bigger section there. I don't really want bangs like a lot of the girls are wearing. I want something just a little bit quirkier, a little bit edgier. So that'll be my first section there. And then I'm just going to go through the next bit. I'm sorry if you can't see this properly. I'm trying my very best. And I'm just going to repeat on the other side. And I have, just like Blue Peter, prepared one earlier that's all dry and ready. So I'm just looking at it and I can just see, obviously, that I'm being symmetrical. The nice thing about a razor is, as well, is even though there is structure with a razor cut, it's just a lot softer. And I find that, obviously, a lot of girls are wearing that, that kind of hair that's a little bit undone. A razor cut is absolutely perfect for that. Sorry if I'm in the way there.
George, is that the main reason you pick up a razor sometimes over some scissors?
Yeah, I think, for me, it's like, it's time, it's that softness, like we do a scissor cut and stuff like that. And then we'll go, which way, this way? We'll go back through it and we'll soften it off and we'll texturise it and we'll point cut into it. Whereas, but you've still got to point cut into it, you've still got to texturise it, but it's far less than what you would do, just a scissor cut. So obviously that's it. They're my sort of, I hope you can see that. I'll lift this up a little bit. They're my bangs with a razor, but I will just show you one that I prepared earlier, like I said. So when this is dried and it's softened off with some texturising scissors, these are kind of what your bottleneck bangs are going to look like. So super soft. Yeah? All right.
Yeah.
That's it, guys. So I will come back now.
Right, hang on then. So I've got to get my thread back here now, George. So let's just go on to there. Fantastic. Shall we give her a round of applause on that? Because I thought that was stunning. And to come back in, really good. I think you've both done absolutely. But I love this. I know we kind of lost maybe the whole boss it sort of impact because we lost you at that moment. But you are so pros, a pair of you. Just carried on as if nothing could happen. But they look really good. And I think it's great to see that variation, isn't it? In doing these bangs, and certainly the name's bottleneck and all these things, this terminology and offering that to clients, it's those little changes around the front can be a great way of just offering something different.
When they say you've got to know the rules to break them, so it's simply just two different ways of doing something, and the results are still beautiful. Obviously, when you're learning, you've got to do a certain way, and you can be quite stuck in sort of that learning environment. But obviously it's just two beautiful effects, two different ways, and we hope that it helps you in the salon every day to create some of it. No,
it was stunning, and there's a lot of talk about razors, so I'll put that out to you all. How many of you are confident working with razors, and are you really picking up a razor now and doing these haircuts, or are you kind of still more comfortable with the scissors? Let us know in the chat below. We'll be flagging them up.
Of course. Come on my cutting course and I'll show you.
Oh, no, of course. I'm going on it. I need to learn for the razor guru.
Yeah. Well, you could tell us about that in a bit there, George, you say with that. But look, let's wait no more. I can see this delightful soul in the green room waiting. He's looking good. He's excited for this. We're excited. Do you want to meet our special guest for the night tonight?
Yes.
Yeah? Right, okay. Well, we have got the unbelievably talented, delightful Norman Boulton coming on the show from Not Another Salon. But before we meet him, let's just get the build up to Norman coming on to the hair show tonight. Norman!
Hooray!
What a
Guys, I
smooth
was.
way to arrive into the show there. I recognise that backdrop.
Oh, do you know what? I feel so branded because I've got my little not another salon cup of tea here and I'm in my salon. So yeah, I feel a part of it. You know, guys, I was so nervous in that little green room and then I was watching you all and I just couldn't help but laugh out loud. You guys have got such great chemistry. So thank you so much for having me.
It's great. I think for anybody, isn't it? It can be quite a scary thing coming into anything new, isn't it, Norman? I mean, I know you do lots of stage work and I saw you at Salon International, but, you know, it's good to have those little bit of apprehension moments.
Do you know what? I'm raring to go now because I've listened to you guys for about 30 minutes. I've got all this content ready to share with you. So thank you so much for having me on, by the way. I'm so honoured and I'm so excited to open this conversation with you guys. And George and Rheanna and Dom, I'm big fans of yours. So yeah, happy Monday.
No,
Yay!
we're wicked.
Happy Monday,
Guys-
Norman.
We got Love You Normie, Justin saying. We got
Aw.
Rachel. How you doing, Rachel? Hey Norman, you're amazing. Welcome from another person called Facebook user. There's a lot of people with the name Facebook user in this world. You still at Salon, Norman? Yeah, I mean, how did you
Yeah,
find
well-
Salon International, by the way?
I thought this guy went, "Are you still at the salon? Like, am I still stuck here?" I was like, "No, I'm not working today. I've come in for the backdrop." Am I still at salon? Yeah, Salon International. That was amazing. I had such a good time. It was so nice to actually have, you know, for those who have done shows before, you know how much build up there is, and those moments just before you go on stage, and I think we all quite think deep down it's going to go tits up, right? And then for it to actually go really smoothly and for it to be a fantastic show, yeah, it was a great result. I saw you there, Dom. I saw you sneaking in, so thank you for watching.
I wondered if you saw us. I was hanging out about, but as soon as I walked into Salon International, the first person I bumped into, Georgia.
Me.
Yay!
Out looking like a. There you go. Dom comes creeping up.
How did you get on, Georgia, there at Salon International?
Yeah, it was great. I did a show on Saturday, and you know it was a little bit quieter on the Saturday, but the show filled out. And then I did a colour Rob for E-Blade Scissors, and then judged them and Stage Star on Monday. So yeah, it was a great weekend. And then I hung out with Norman on Sunday night, so it was awesome. Yeah.
Oh, what a night, George. Whew, I'm still getting over it now, to be honest.
Have you met Norma before, Rheanna, other than tonight?
Yeah, we've met, and I saw you as well, didn't we? We saw you at Salon.
You and your mum are just
Me
the
and my
cutest little
mum.
things. You've got a
And
little fan club in the salon, Rheanna. Me and Connor, we're obsessed with you.
we are both obsessed with you guys too. We were walking through, and honestly, we couldn't almost get through the crowd. I don't know, it's different. Salon's been different the last few years, and I think we were really, really looking for the shows. And then suddenly, the biggest crowd, and we look up, and there you guys were on stage, killing it. It was brilliant.
Ah.
Nice to see.
Do you know what? I was so nervous. I came out and I was really happy with how I spoke, but like 2 minutes into me talking, my hands started shaking, but not a little bit that you couldn't get away with it. The mic was wobbling from side to side. And I just put it down straight away and picked up the other one and carried on. So yeah, it's a lot when that many people are looking at you, but I was happy.
God, it was like a concert. It was like the crowd of people that were blocking like the walkways and everything to watch you guys. It was amazing.
Yeah, do you know what, Rheanna? I noticed that a lot as well, that in days gone by when Patrick Cameron was always on one of the stages, he'd always absolutely ram them in. But now it's the Not Another Salon crew with Sophia and Norman and Connor. You were just there, and the buzz around you. You could see the crowds all wanted to be around you. You must have felt that.
Well, you know, we love working him up as well. Like when we come out, I always think the best thing for me as an icebreaker is to get the crowd to make some noise before they've even said anything. So just even coming out and just getting everyone to start screaming and shouting, it takes the pressure off me, first of all, to start saying something straight away. And it gets me to look around as well. So it's almost like, it does feel a bit like a gig, yeah. I feel like Beyonce. Make some noise.
We've got a name that you may recognise here.
Sophia.
She's there.
Hi,
How you
love.
doing, Sophia? Totally
Hey.
smashed it.
Hi, Mum.
Yeah, it was fabulous. I'm talking to you tomorrow, Sophia. Really looking forward to it. I don't think she's ever forgot that moment, has she, George, where we done the hot chili challenge?
Oh yeah, that was something else.
Yeah, absolutely. We keep getting a cutout on you every so often, George, but it's all good.
Sorry.
That's all right. We'll forgive you.
She's trying her best.
Okay, well, look, we're going to go into seeing tonight. I just want to flag up some of our members' work. It's nice, and I'd like our crew to have a little look. And so we picked 5 members. So in the How to Cut It community, every Tuesday we do Tuesday transformations, and it just allows people to get in a thread, upload some work, and it's nice to have a look at each other's work. So would you like to have a look at some of their work, Norman?
I would love to, Dom. Get it up.
Let's do that. Nice.
Cool.
Love that.
Daryl Starkey uploaded that. I've got to say, what a strong image.
Strong image.
Very satisfying.
Yeah, really good. Daryl's work has grown so much. Do you all know Daryl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone knows. But I think he's just refined his work so brilliantly, and I think that is a beautiful. Do you all like that, watching that? Again, just let us know in the chat below, because this is our community that upload this work, and Daryl is. So next one, I really like this one. This is from Love Hair University.
Oh.
Yeah?
I love the wispiness and I love the colour.
Yeah, hang on.
I love the excuse me. I like the transition of the colour. You can't see where it starts and where it finishes. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, really cool. Yeah, I really like that. I must admit. George, you like?
Yeah.
Good. I think I work out what she said there.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I keep looking in because I want to see the finer details, because I can see lots of colours.
I really love Tuesday transformations. If you're all watching and you want to get your work flagged up in our members gallery, then upload in the community. Every Tuesday we put it in there. Ryan, he says, insane colour
isn't
it
it?
is. Yeah. There was, Sarah Stylebook. Hey, Sarah, it's lovely to see you at Salon. Amazing. She won Extensions Great Lengths at Salon. I think that was the last one, wasn't it, Sarah? Of her university.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, so Dylan McConaughey.
Oh, Dylan.
Dylan.
Wow.
He's loving his moment. He's doing so well, actually, Dylan, at on TV. I think he's actually coming over well. I did have an honest conversation with Dylan at Salon about this, but yeah, it's cool. It's good to see that other side. I know he's very avant-garde. Great work. Again, I'm missing Daryl just said thank you for everybody's support. Yeah, cool, stunning. Then let's go for our next look. This is our final one that I took from the gallery. I can't remember which one it was. So a blonde. You got to put a blonde in there.
Love
you like
that.
a nice soft blonde?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Nice and blended.
George is joining somewhere else, so I think she might be trying. I think the battery is recharged on the other one, so we'll let that sort of sort itself out while she gets into that. What I'll do,
everyone's doing that.
I know Jez is watching. He always describes the show a bit like The Word, because The Word in his day was a little bit car crash with lives. Let's see if that one works. Yeah, that's better.
There she is.
She's
well,
back.
you got there on there. Pro Hair Colour. Hi guys, nice to see you there. The colour is stunning.
Right, I'm back. I'm so sorry
that's
about all
better.
of
We
that.
can hear it. That's cool. We all work it all through. Dylan, wow. Rachel, hey Rachel, beautiful copper. You should know Rachel. You are the girl. Where are you at with colour right now, Norman? In terms of colour, what's grabbing you?
Ooh, with me, you know what? I'm doing vivids every day at the minute, and that's making me really happy. I like really fiddly, technical, takes all day kind of colour. Something that takes about 2 pairs of hands to rinse. Something that keeps you absolutely sweating. My favourite part of hairdressing is always the finished result. You know, those moments like in the process when it can be quite stressful at times. So I really like really technical, tricky jobs that look amazing once you show them off when they're finished.
Brilliant. Let us know in the comments, what kind of colour works rocking all you guys and girls out there. So we're going to go to our hot topic. This is where we have 10 minutes. Get involved into this conversation. Norman has brought this one up. I'll let him introduce it actually before we head into it. So let's go to hot topic, and Norman will tell us where we're going with this.
Okay,
Norman.
so hello. I'm so excited to open this conversation because this hot topic is something that I don't have the answer to, and I don't have all of the advice and the guidance that I can share with you guys. So I'm really excited to open this up with you all and for the listeners as well, to really create a really open and, more importantly, more of an honest conversation. So I titled this topic, "We are people pleasers, but are they pleasing you?" So I work behind the chair 5 days a week, and I've been a stylist on the floor for about 5 years now. And I've seen a lot of human emotion. Can you guys agree on that one?
100%.
Yeah, I think, when you think of that one client, or when you talk to your friends about being a hairdresser and they say, "Oh, do you ever have any crazy clients or anything like that?" And you know that you've got those situations where you're like, "Oh God, here's this one." So what I wanted to focus the conversation today on is more about how can we protect ourselves and protect our own energy when we feel like we are I like to call it, in our energy field with someone who is draining or is quite difficult. So I've just got my little points up here, so let me just refer back to them. So why do I want to talk about this, first of all? Because I am a Cancer, I'm Cancerian, I'm the most highly sensitive out of all the signs. Are you, Dom, as well?
Yes.
Are
Two
you a
little
little
crabs.
crab?
Go into our shells.
Yeah. Well, we're hard on the outside, soft on the inside, so they say, hey?
Very
so,
true.
Yeah.
There's a whole different story.
Listen closely. So listen closely, John. I'm a highly sensitive person, and I was thinking about a situation to talk about when it comes to like draining people in particular, because there is so much to think about rather than just thinking, "Oh, that client is a piece of work." I had a client recently, and it was for a service called Cut and Consult, and it's a full hour together, and we explore loads of ideas. And you know what it's like when you get a new client, you've got to put on the full show and the shebang, and it can be quite draining, first of all, for ourselves. And this lady comes in, and long story short, she can't get what she wants. Have you heard that kind of situation before? Yeah. And she responded really badly. And listen, I've done this for long enough, so I know what badly looks like, but she was not happy. And then she started crying. And then she starts having this real, I'm going to call it projection of aggression onto me. And I was really upset. And I called work, and I called my mum. And when I left work, I called my mum, and I was like, "Mum, this woman, she came into work, and she was like this, that, and the other." And then what I've kind of learned from this experience, by the way, funnily enough, me and this client were like best friends now. She had a lot of problems going on, and now she comes to see me every 6 weeks. So we have worked through it. But I think this would be interesting to talk about actually when it comes to psychology and client psychology. So the reason why I'm sharing this story is because I was thinking afterwards, what can I do to make myself feel better in those situations when you feel like you are subject to a energy vampire, someone who's there to just drain it all out of you. So I wrote down a few techniques and tips that I've wrote down, if you guys are happy for me to share.
Yeah, please do.
100%, yeah.
It's a really interesting point, actually, Norm. I'm just going to jump in there, Brett. But actually, when people say about hairdressing, they say, "Oh, it's a really hard job. You're standing on your feet all the time." Actually, I think as hair professionals, the feet bit's kind of easy. It's the headspace, isn't it? It's your energy
100%.
levels. And you've got the, like you say, you always think, sorry, I butted in there, but you get that level where you're kind of there, or that client's there, they're quite hyper, but you've almost got to be that bit hyper still. And if they're low, you've got to be low, and that's a really hard thing.
What interests me, Norman, is you call it the energy vampire. I call it the soul sucker. So we've got a similar kind of name on that, haven't we?
Yeah. And do you know what? They're in every walk of life as well. So if a few tips and tricks that we're going to share with our guys today can just help one person, then my job is done, hey? So the first one that I wanted to talk about is what we call energy cleansing or mindful techniques or more meditation. So I don't want to come in here and be all kumbaya and say I meditate every single day. I used to, I don't anymore. I only really reach for it when I'm not very happy. There is this amazing meditation, Dom. I'll send you the link that you can share for this after this show tonight. It's by a YouTube channel called Great Meditation, and it is called 10-minute guided meditation for energy cleansing. Now, if you are not into meditating, just try this once. You have to create a real peaceful ambiance. Don't just sit on the floor and put some AirPods in. You really have to set the scene. You can even do some research on how to create the best experience for yourself. But this 10-minute guided meditation for energy cleansing is like a visualization of like a light above your head, and it washes down through your crown, through your shoulders, all the way through your body. It's a full 10 minutes as well. So it's not as if it's just a puddle that switches through. It's someone talking you through this like really amazing experience. Now, for some of you, you might be thinking that's quite airy-fairy, but for someone like me, who really latches onto people's energy and can take it with me, even once I finish that appointment, I find that really useful, actually. So it's like it's a visualization of just almost washing anyone else's BS away from yourself and reclaiming your energy. It's a really nice way of almost pressing reset. Have you guys heard of anything like that before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to do a similar thing. There was two that one of my friends said to do. One was grounding yourself.
Yeah.
And protecting. They said you can kind of do it in any way you want. So you imagine whatever you want to imagine. So what you would do is you would go into the salon, you would stand wherever you wanted to stand. And if you could imagine tree roots coming out of your feet, and it's grounding you and keeping you there. And at the end of the day, you unground yourself and you walk out the door. The second one was more of a visual of like, you walk into the salon and you come in, you close your eyes, and some people can do it without closing their eyes, and you would imagine walking into a room and then there's a window shut. Whatever you want to imagine outside the window is up to you. It could be grass, tree, green, whatever. And then at the end of the day, and you really thinking about what you've got in you, in your brain and on your shoulders, you visually imagine the window opening and then the gust of wind, and that goes. And then in your head, you close the window and then you leave the salon.
Love that. Do you know how
Love
many
that.
times me and my colleagues have done an energetic door in the staff room and we've stepped through it?
I'm going to put it out there, Norma, because we've got this on a 10-minute timer. I want to get your other points in. You've got 3 minutes or so now to
No
get
worries.
Oh my
those
God, that's
Perfect.
gone quick.
I've got it. So my second of all was calling a girlfriend. Don't be afraid to air it, let it out. But most importantly, my best advice here is to see a therapist. And I know that sounds quite deep, but for someone who is quite sensitive, or if you find that you do take on a lot of people's emotions, professional help is the one. So second of all, I wanted to mention about client psychology. So what is that person's journey as they are walking into your salon? I was telling my mum about this earlier, and she was like, when I walk into a salon and I see these dolled up hairdressers looking super glamorous, you can feel insecure. So it's actually recognizing that people can be awkward when they're coming in, especially when you're meeting them for the first time and you're consulting with them. So maybe just having a little bit of that empathy or conscious thought that when someone is new into your salon or your chair for the first time, that the way that they're acting isn't necessarily to do with you. You know, it's a them problem, as they like to say. And lastly, my point that I wanted to say was addressing the elephant in the room. Now, I love this one in particular. So we've all had those clients that we're not vibing with, right? So, for instance, the way that I like to explain this is if you've got that client that wants to go from black to white, and you're doing a consultation and you've spoken for however long about how you're going to get to this technique, and they're just really not understanding it, but they want to book something anyway, or they're just acting a bit frustrated and just not really understanding what your professional opinion is putting out there. Actually just saying, hey, I'm getting the sense you're getting a little bit frustrated with me about this. And sometimes just really putting it out there and addressing that elephant in the room does open up a world more conversation. People sometimes aren't even aware that they're acting in this way. So addressing the elephant in the room, trusting your gut instinct. If someone's being a nightmare in consultation, you've only just met them, what's going to happen after a juicy big service? maybe they're not quite happy with their hair. So what do you guys think about that?
Love that.
Totally agree. Yeah. And I think it's really important that, you know, obviously, I think your salon's the same, Norman. Well, I know not another salon's the same. It attracts a lot of people with anxiety, but our own anxiety is really important. And I always say to my team, you know, if you get that feeling in consultation that it's not going to be quite right, or somebody opens up that conversation with, no one's ever got my hair right, then, you know, my stylists have free reign to say, you know, we're not going to be the salon for you, if they feel that it's going to be that drastic or there's going to be an issue further down the road.
Yeah. Sorry,
I love
lovely,
what
you
you're
go.
highlighting is things that sometimes it was just never covered. It was never talked about, and actually, in this time now that we can have these conversations and just putting it out there, and I find it really fascinating to hear that support. And yeah, it for me, hairdressing is an incredibly it is high pressure.
Is it over?
It's over.
But it is high pressure. I think it is such a high pressure job in so many ways, and you know, the relationship of a client. Not only are you got to try and perform that hair, but you got to be the person that they want you to be, and if you're dealing with, I mean, I just think that all those elements is maybe why we're talking about this topic on a much more regular basis. And I know I saw Lee just putting in here Hayley Jepson, the resilient hairdresser. I know Hayley, does a lot of this kind of stuff, doesn't she?
Yeah.
You know, which is great. And Lindsay Cleveland, I saw this come in. She said, every morning we have a warm-up of breathing exercises and stretching to help prepare for the day's work. The staff love it, and it helps inside and out. Is this something you would, any of you do any of this?
No.
I try and get the team involved, but they think I do my own little thing. Yeah.
It's hard, isn't it? Not everybody gets this, do they? It is, it's only for a certain type of people but I think it's got to be a good thing. And what was this Facebook user? I'd love to know who you are, who's put this. I did training on brain power and the effects of how the pandemic has had on us all, without us all really knowing. It was mind-blowing. I'm still, let's bring that back up again. I'm still trying to process the 3 hours. Yeah, but a lot of people really enjoyed that, Norman, I have to say.
Yeah, thanks, Norman. Great.
Yeah. I literally shake them off. Shake your hands like you're shaking off water.
Yeah.
Off your pop. Love that, love that, love that. Sophia, loved this. Yeah, we did. Yeah, thanks, everyone. It's a great subject. Yeah, brilliant. Great conversation, Janet Pivot Point. Remember, share the show. You could be in a chance of winning that prize worth over £60. Anyway, let's have some more. It's all happy. Are you feeling happy, everybody?
Yeah.
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 Suppose. What else? Come on, it's got to be good. I feel happy. So, Rheanna, you're going to make us nice and happy with your happy news.
My happy news. This is weird happy news. It makes me happy. It's Twin Day. It obviously only in America. Twin Fest. And if I had a twin, this is exactly where I'm going. And no, that's not a mirror.
Love a bit of Twin Fest. Look at those.
Oh, it's amazing.
That's a very...
Yeah.
Get back in. Yeah, really. The weird world of everything goes, but twins. Be nice. Imagine, what would you be like if you had another twin, Norman?
No. One's
Two
enough.
Brilliant. Yeah. Okay, well, let's have a look. So we're going to have a look. If any of you have got any questions that you want to put to Norman, Rheanna, George, maybe myself, or if there's something you're going to flag up, I'll be looking up and down the comments. That's what I'm sitting here doing all the time. I'm seeing all your comments coming in. You're being absolutely brilliant tonight. Love the community coming together. It's so good. I saw this one here. Who's this? Leslie. Hey, Leslie. Brilliant chat, Norms. I'm reckoning Leslie might know you, but he liked the chat. So
thanks, Leslie.
Hayley is watching. Good to see you, Hayley. Thanks for the shout outs, everyone. Well, great. Keep doing the great work, Hayley. I know you're doing that. So, are we ready for a bit more hair, Rheanna?
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
George?
Yes, absolutely.
Everybody watching? Yep. Good. Well, Norman is going to give us his hair hack. So, let's go to Norman's hair hack. Here we go, Norman. I was going to put a transition there, but I think I didn't put one in ready. So
it's live
hand over to
TV,
you,
folks, isn't it? Okay, so here's my little dolly. this tip is a really, really small one, but has totally changed my blow drying way that I blow dry forever. So it is designed to blow dry the front of your client's hair. That is going to be so much more flattering when you're first debuting your big colour service, or pretty much for any way that you're going to blow dry. I learned this in my first week here at Not Another Salon. So let's just say my little Dolly, she wears her hair in a middle parting. Now, I blow dried it coming down from the parting, so you can see how it sits quite flat on her face here. Can you guys see that there?
Yep.
So it hasn't really got any volume in there. Now, this tip I have trained to all of our assistants. So when we are blow drying the parting, we're going to blow dry all of that hair forward. I'll show you the way that the effect is in a moment. The reason why we do that is because if you don't blow dry coming forward and you blow dry where the parting is, the hair lies a lot flatter, and it's not as, what is the word that I'm looking for? It's not as flattering as if you are to have a little bit of volume in there as well. Now, when you are showing your client for the first time their colour, usually half their head's wet, they've got the gown on, they've got the cape on. Have you ever seen those memes of someone looking in the mirror and it's like a lizard? Have you seen those ones, guys? So they're not really feeling themselves anyway. So what I like to do is blow dry all that hair coming forward, wrap dry the parting so it's not set in the middle, so it all comes down and they have lots of natural volume. It makes the smallest difference, but I promise you, from a flattery perspective and from a client's own self-image, when you're showing them the work that you've just put all the hours to, it really makes all the difference, okay? So can I just show you guys quickly?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
So get your questions ready. We're going to put some out there for Norman.
Get my questions ready.
Yeah,
okay, so I'm just going to wet her down slightly. It's really important that you do have a wet parting here, because if it is already semi-dry or dried, it will continue to stay like that. You want to wet it down so you can change that shape again. I always tell my clients when they're blow drying their hair at home is to blow dry left, right, left, right, left, right, forward. And I get them to repeat that their whole journey home so they don't forget it. Such a great little tip that I share with my clients, that all they need to do is focus on blow drying the front, and it makes a world of difference. So without further ado, let me show you, okay? So I'm just going to make sure it's completely wet down. And we're going to blow dry. Wrap drying it, this is to confuse the parting. It's all going to come down forward. Can you guys hear me clearly? I just want to talk about something.
Yeah, we can, yeah.
Yeah. So I see so many stylists in our academy when they're blow drying, start on blow drying the back when they finished a big piece of colour work. So they'll do all of the back and make their front sections and the side the last ones. Now, hairdressers, have you ever done a colour and waited until the whole blow dry is finished and your client says they haven't liked it?
Yeah.
It makes you do... It just makes you want to scream. It makes you want to scream, right? So if you blow dry all of the front and the sides first, it just saves you so much anxiety. I used to dry all the back first and make my front section the last one. Gone. I will never do that again, because why am I wasting my time? I want to see it first of all, and they want to see it more. So blow dry all the front. Once you've wrap dried and you're confident that that parting has been dried enough, then you can dry it forward. I like to use my nozzle more like an iron. Can you see the way that I'm smoothing it over here? As opposed to what I was trained with blow drying, was to kind of get this big bounce, lots of volume like this. I like to create a lot more of a smoother effect. I find that it encourages all those broken hairs, any baby hairs, any new growth. It allows them to sit a lot smoother. I find if I blow dry up with too much volume, it just makes them get all those short hairs to stick up, and I prefer, personally, more of a smoother result. But that's just me, okay? So just coming through.
People are liking it, Norman, anyway.
So excited to show her new colour. You're going to love it under there.
This client isn't
Well,
sapping your energy.
no, she must be a Cancer. She must be one of us, Dom, And I'd really encourage all of your assistants, if you do work with assistants in the salon, to blow dry all the front first anyway. Just for making that client feel more comfortable, and also put you out of your misery waiting to see what it looks like when it's dry. Okay, so I'm just going to finish this off a little bit.
Lynette's a Cancer too as well, Norman.
Oh, whoops, almost.
The Cancerians are hanging out here tonight.
Hi, Cancer. Okay. Can you guys see? Because I just dropped my camera over there.
Yeah.
So here she is. Here's Dolly.
Love that.
Looks great.
Can you see her? She's just got this little teeny bit of volume at the front here.
Yeah.
So it's so much more forgiving on her face. She's got the gown on. She's got the cape on. She looks that 10% better, and she gets to see her colour in the best light. And really, that's what we're doing, isn't it? We're selling colours and cuts and whatever. So this is just making sure that she sees it in its best light. That's my little hair hack. I got 2 more little tips and tricks that I wanted to share with you guys. This one might seem super obvious, but this is just something that I love to share. When you are processing colour, put some cotton next to people's ears, okay? It is the smallest gesture, but I find personally it's so respectful to your client, and they really, really appreciate it as well. When I first... Thank you.
We like that one.
When I started training, I heard a really senior stylist say that he saw someone put a tint on it, looked like they took a number 2 on someone's head, and I never want to be that person. So a little bit of cotton, a little bit of trainee trauma gets you a long way. And my third hair hack that I wanted to share with you guys is a consultation tip. Now, this changed my consulting forever when I was taught this. And it is when you are finished a consultation with a client, especially if it's one of those really big, like slightly confusing ones where your client is a little like, yeah, sure, I know what's going on. It's just to say, okay, cool, perfect. Do you have any questions for me? They can ask their questions. And then lastly, finish up with, okay, so why don't you repeat back to me what you think that you're having today? That way it just avoids any miscommunication, especially if you are, like me, a little bit passionate in the talking sector and you feel like you can kind of talk at people. Not that I ever do. But if you feel like your client is a little bit overwhelmed, you've had a big, crazy idea and they've just like, seem that they're not really understanding it, but they're just saying, go ahead. Have a moment. Say, why don't you repeat back to me what you think you're having, just to make sure we're on the same page.
Loving it.
That's a great tip.
Come on, round of applause, everybody, for Norman. Hair hack. Absolutely brilliant. Well, look, any questions? Let's go to it. This is a chance. Put some questions out. We'll just have a little bit of a recap of some of the comments that are going on. Remember to share the show out, everybody. We've still got the hair challenge to come. Happy news. But yeah, loving it. Oh, that's good. It's so good to have you all here. First up, come on then, Rheanna. George, put a question to Norman.
Right, so, you go, George.
No, you go, Rhea.
I'll go. What's it like working in not another salon? The pressure of a salon of that fame and sort of high regard in the industry.
Ooh, what a question. What is it like working at not another salon? It, for me, is very normal now. I just had my 6-year work anniversary last week, so I've been here for a long time. What is it like?
I'm going to overkill that button, but hey.
My boss, she got me a huge magnum of champagne and a little, a tiny bottle with a note on the inside, and I couldn't get it out for love nor money, but it said dinner for 2 at the Shard, so she's a cutie. What is it like working at not another salon? It's really fun. It's amazing. Like I love it so much. I love the brand. I love the energy that we've created in the salon, because I've worked in 6 different places before I started here, and it is so much more. It's just a different vibe that I've ever worked in. It's so much more relaxed, like, than any other salon that I've worked in. And that doesn't work for everyone, that relaxed approach, you know. It's very chilled, but it's working with a bunch of experts, and that's what I really adore. Like, we have that expertise that people come to visit us for, but with a really relaxed, like, villagey feel. You know, there's no ego, which I really love about it.
No. And just sort of coming to you, George, as well, just thinking about sort of like you going forward, because your presence has been building a lot. Where do you see yourself going right now?
Just carry on doing what I'm doing. I'd like to go further into education. I've just got a really nice vibe in my salon as well, like a very villagey feel. Like, we're popular. We get all the people that we want to do. We've got such an eclectic range of people. We do a lot of alternative hair. We pivoted a little bit in terms of cutting, and changing what we were doing. Not moving away from colour, because we'll always be a colour salon, but we just enjoy every day, and sort of, I like to keep a small team, and just every day, if I go to work and I feel like I'm doing what I love, then I'm winning, aren't I?
No,
and yeah, of course, in the mix, make loads of money while I'm doing it. That'd be great. Yeah.
And about you, Rheanna, I mean, you've kind of been making your mark sort of slowly, but I know when we had a chat, you made a kind of an interesting point, but actually it's not always about the industry exposure for you. The salon business really is important to you, more so.
Yeah, massively. I think, I've loved being part of the industry and kind of getting into it. I think we've spoken before. It's the never-ending social media side. I'm an introverted extrovert, and I like to share stuff because I want to share it. And as soon as I have to share it, I don't enjoy it. And that's the only side I had worries about, getting really big and building a social media presence and then almost having to keep it, which to me wasn't actually going to be that enjoyable. But I think I love the balance. I love the balance between the session. I work with some really good brands. My GHD family is literally like my first hair family ever. Now I'm part of the fabric team, and just amazing to work with all of the girls in there. But yeah, the salon is just where it is, like Norman was talking about earlier. We have them days and you get them salons, and the same as, George and Norman, our salon is villagey feel as well. And, we have people coming from everywhere, but everyone's very similar. Everyone gets on. We have the stories of nowhere really houses mixed race people. So we're there for...
And I think that's why we enjoy watching your Rockin' Rheanna as well, because that's very much a, you're trying sometimes to not always follow the obvious.
Yeah, and it is different. It is nice. I think our salon, it's just like George's and not another salon as well, is kind of getting in the people that feel like they don't know where to go, and that's what we were about. Is that our vision was that if my mum's black, so if my mum's black, she can come in. I'm mixed race, I can come in. My dad's white, he can come in. My Asian friend can come with me, and everyone will be looked after just as well. And we can all share funny stories about not knowing where to go. And yeah, it's just nice. And it's me and my mum and lovely Kira, our other hairdresser, and it keeps it small. And
I'm just going to flag up here actually on your point. Sophia's just put here. I'll try not to cover your face, George. What a fantastic point about creating a name following for yourself. Let's bring that up again. Went too quickly. Then that you then have to keep up with it. Very few young people see that. Well done.
Thank you.
What do you all say watching that? I mean, what's your views on that? Again, just sort of drop in the comments, the pressure. I think it's just about learning your craft, isn't it? And really get the best and never lose sight of actually the big bucks is still behind the chair. As much as we have dreams of, all this wonderful stuff which we dip our toes into, which is great, isn't it, George?
Yeah, my dad always says to me, George, stop chasing the fame and start chasing the money. That's what he says to me. And it's very true, isn't it?
Yeah,
very true.
Absolutely. So great stuff. Look, any questions again? So we're working away. We're getting near the hair challenge, not too far off now. I'm looking forward to the hair challenge, and Dan has one for us. But before we get to that, Norman is going to share some happy news with us. So come on, Norman, here's a bit of happy news.
Okay, so this isn't necessarily news. This is more of a fact that I was taught this week, and it is that cats do not meow to communicate with other people. To not communicate with other cats. Cats purely meow to communicate with humans. So the reason why they are purring or meowing or making that noise is because they are recreating a baby crying. So cats, they're not talking to each other, they're purely talking to us humans. And look at this cute little cat, I just love him.
Oh,
We love meow.
I love how we've all like basically pretty much chosen animals to make us happy. I love it.
Well,
Kids
it's
and animals,
happy,
eh?
yeah.
Happy news. It has been very animal friendly. Yes, they only do this for us. My deaf cat rarely meows. Just going back to the hairdressing, Mustafa. I learnt hairdressing to be a hairdresser. I like that, Mustafa. Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, great. Again, keep the comments coming in. We'll keep coming up. But we are now heading towards the latter part of the show, which means it can only mean one thing. So we have a video waiting, and we will go to it. The hair challenge from Dan. Prepare yourselves.
Good evening, everyone. For this week's task, you should choose your words wisely. In front of you have a doll's head, sent by our friends at Pivot Point. You should also have a selection of styling products and styling tools. Dom this week has a bowl of descriptive words that I would like you to use to create a brand new hairstyle. The first word Dom will pick will refer to how I would like you to present the front of the hair. The second word, how I would like you to present the top. And the third, how I would like you to present the bottom. You may interpret these words any way you like. However, you have 3 minutes to do so. Good luck.
That is so random.
It is random. I don't know how you're going to do this, but yeah.
Let me just get set up. Let's get
Yeah,
set up.
so you've got
Okay,
the
yeah,
idea
let me
of this.
get
So
set
we've got
up.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
Be as creative as you want. So the head blocks that we're using, big shout out to the guys Pivot Point UK who have supplied our teams with the snapcap, snapback. Is it a snapcap? Snapcap, isn't it? The black blockheads. So they've all got them there. Look, get them in. So make sure we get our view. So I've got to get the 3 of you tightly in there. So I think normally you're overlapping a bit, but that's okay. Good. So you've got what's going on here. They've got to style this hair using the descriptive words that I'm going to be taking from this bowl. So we'll kind of do it in a minute. So a minute, and then we'll go on to the top. So we're going to begin with the front, the top, the back, wasn't it? I think that's what Dan said.
yeah.
The front, the top, the
Top,
back, yes.
back. Yeah, so we've got descriptive words. You can be as creative as you want, and then we, the audience, everybody watching, we're going to pick a favourite, and because we like a winner. Winners are great. We're not here to have everybody's done great. Somebody is going to shine in this challenge. Who will it
Yeah,
be?
sorry girls, it's going to be me.
Okay,
Sorry.
so I'm just waiting for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes the view isn't good, but great. I think we can see you all there. Give us a thumbs up if you're ready.
It's ready, so everyone.
Ready? Rheanna,
Okay.
you ready? So you
Here I
be
am.
as creative as you want. 3 minutes will begin, and I will give you the first word drawn from here. I have no idea which one's going to come out, so here we go. For the front, challenge begins. First word, very appropriate. So, happy. So front, be as creative as you want. Happy. What would you do watching this? You're doing a happy front, happy fringe. Your time is ticking away. You've got literally 40 seconds to do something with this happy fringe. How are you going to work it? I've got no idea. Okay, so happy. Look at happy. Okay, 27 seconds on this front. Let's have a look. Where are we going? We'll have a little roundup once we're all done. As we get ready to head towards the top, you've got 15 seconds to work on this front. Happy fringe. Happy fringe.
Yeah, happy
Okay.
fringe. Yeah.
Happy fringe. Who's looking happy? They're all going. Okay, here we go. We're now going to the top. And the word for the top, oh, I love this one, sci-fi. Sci-fi. How do you do sci-fi? Interpret how you would like sci-fi. What would you do watching sci-fi? Good, you got loads of time, and there's still 40 seconds of sci-fi to go on the top.
I'm really not a hair
This is fun. This is
specialist.
good. There's some good stuff going. Okay, what would you do if you were going to create Sync Sci-Fi? Have a think about that. Let us know in the comments. What would you do to create Sync Sci-Fi on top? Okay, still got 20 seconds to create that top sci-fi look. I'll tell you what, who needs a big blowout when you got this? 8 seconds left. Okay, we're getting to the back. Sci-fi, look at that. This is going to be tough. I can't see yours completely, George, but here we go, top. Look at that. You're going to be happy with that. Curly. Curly.
Well, there's nothing I can do about that.
I don't think you're going to have a lot of time to do curly, and I'll throw in romantic then. Romantic.
So the back is curly or romantic?
Romantic. Do romantic.
Is this for the back or the end?
This is the back, just anything that's left really. Back and sides.
Sure.
You've got 30 seconds. Wowee. You are blooming good. What would you create if you were doing something romantic at the back? What is romantic? Get your comments in. Come on. I need to see your comments.
Do you know what? It does push your creativity. I do feel creative.
It's looking creative. Here we go. Here we go. We're 2 seconds. Here we go. Wowee. Wowee. Okay, didn't they do well, everybody? So we are going to have a look at these as they're all still working on it. Okay, so we're coming to you first, George. Everybody, you got to help me decide. All right, G, if you believe George has got the best look, N, if Norman's got the best look, or R, if Rheanna's got the best look. So let's have a look at yours, George. Lower the head down. Talk us through it. Talk us through your sci-fi.
Well, it's really
your sci-fi fringe.
Okay, so this is an upside down
happy
smile.
fringe. Happy.
So to me, that would be a happy fringe. This is like my UFO inspired space bun on the top, and then sort of the back, my romantic fishtail pulled out plait. There you go. That's what
very
I did.
good. I think it's very good. This is impressive. You've actually done better than what I thought, the whole three of you. Next, let's come to you, Rhee. Rhea. Okay,
Right.
talk us through it. Your happy fringe.
So I've got my smile here at the front.
Love a
That's my
smile. Yep.
Oh, let me turn the right way. Right, this is my sci-fi tentacly bit at the top. I think anything sci-fi just needs to look a bit weird, doesn't it? So there's my tentacles.
It's good.
And then
honestly,
my romance is my really awful chignon at the back.
Heather Robertson will tell you a thing or two about how to do that.
With one pin though, one pin.
Very good. You've been watching Patrick there then. Very good, Rheanna. They're honestly, really impressed with all of them so far. Let's have a look at Norman's.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay, so here she is. I heard happy, and then I just thought fringe, and then I thought maybe Vicar of Dibley, and she makes us happy, our Dawn. So I'd done a Dawn French inspired happy fringe, and then I heard sci-fi, so I just wanted to create something a little bit alien. Yeah. So here's my little alien reference. Then I heard, thanks, Dom.
It's good.
It's so good. And then I
works.
heard romance, and then I got 30 seconds to romance, and I thought, what do I do on my clients when they want to go on a date? Is just do a beachy wave. So it's a hybrid of everything. And yeah, there's my entry.
Brilliant.
Doesn't look awful.
You could have had violent. You could have had geometric. What else could we have had? Upside down. Anyway, so let's have a look. Who have the audience gone for? Let's go back here. Where do we go? Let's go back to the first ones that I saw coming in.
Dear me.
Okay, I think Mustafa. So Sarah had put fish plait at the back to be romantic. Mustafa, Rheanna. He's gone for Rheanna for the fringe. Norm for the top, George for the rest. Norman
It's
for
a
me.
tie,
Sorry,
isn't it?
ladies.
I
Who
love you,
else?
Mandy.
We got Facebook user has gone for Rheanna. No bias voting there at all, Sandra, at all, is there, in Rheanna?
There's mum.
Ryan, he's gone for Norman. Lover Betty Fringe Rachel. Mandy, she's gone for Rheanna and Norman are on the same page.
I thought that also. You must have received my universal call, Rheanna.
Yes.
Rheanna. Yeah, I think we're. It's going to be George. You're definitely not getting the votes here.
Oh,
Stick to the razor.
Yeah, updos are never my thing, mate.
They're all
I
good.
think
They
we've
are
got
all
a
good, but
clear
there can
winner.
only be one winner, and that winner tonight is Rheanna. Well done. Thank you, Pivot Point. Thank you. Honestly, you've all done brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you for getting your votes in. And Sarah's just suddenly come in here now for a chalk education. Hey, Sarah. Georgia, just 'cause. Nice. Okay. Well, let's get you all comfy again. Well, that is more or less it. An hour and a half of the hair show has been just brilliant. As I say, we are making it a longer show because it's one a month rather than every week. It's been great, George, hasn't it, to be back tonight?
Yeah, it's been fabulous. Sorry about my little technical issue earlier, but yeah, it's been
What
great
issue?
to be back. It's been
Okay.
great to be back, and I can't wait to do it next month for you all as well.
Yeah, I almost want to do them weekly again because I just love doing these the hair show. I don't know about all of you, but yeah, it is great. And Norman, look, I hope you've enjoyed being part of this tonight, and we have loved having you.
Yeah, you've been fab, Norms.
Brilliant.
I
Yeah.
haven't stopped chuckling. I've just been like, hee 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 hee. So thank you so much for having me. It's been a real honour.
No, absolutely, and yeah, you've been great, Norman. I think I'd love to. Yeah, I'm sure we'll have you back on a more regular part of the show, but we'll have to work that one out. It is great. So, Norman, just a bit of a shout out before you go into the green room and chill out. Is there anything that we need to know about that's going on in your world? Not another salon, courses, blah blah blah. Go on, promote them now.
No, I thought you would never ask, Dom. Well,
Of course.
The biggest thing that I'm working on at the moment, which I'm so excited about, is I'm writing my very own Vivid Colour course. So that's going to be launching next April. I believe we're still finalising dates, and we haven't got any tickets on sale right now. I've got until the end of the year to finish the content, but I'm putting my heart and soul into this course. It's a course which is purely focused on Vivid Colour. And it just goes through everything that there is to know. I'm doing, my favourite part that I'm writing at the moment is about our anti-bleach technique, which is about creating bright, vivid, intense results, but with no bleach, with a high lift option as well. So there's so many things that could go wrong with that. How can we access this? You're going to be seeing it on my Instagram very soon, and on the Not Another Academy page as well. So it will be there very shortly.
Brilliant. Well, look, thank you. Ladies, would you like to just say goodbye to Norman before we have our little time out and say goodbye to everybody? After
So
free.
nice to have you, Norman.
Bye, Norman.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you soon. Thank you
Put
for
your
having
mute on
me.
as well, Norman. Yeah, you can go and hang out. Cheers, Norman. My fellow Cancerian. Oh, did you enjoy that?
Loved
Yeah, it's
it.
great. It was so nice to be back, actually.
Yeah, even like I say, I think even how we lost you a little bit during that, George. But it actually, for me, it adds to the show. I love a little bit of a drama in its own silly way.
Like, my laptop won't turn on. What am I going to do?
No,
But hey-ho.
no,
It is what it is. What's the live show without a drama, eh?
Exactly.
There's always something, isn't there? So
Yeah, let's have a little look and recap of everybody because I've got to be honest, George, Rheanna, I so enjoy hanging out with you both on this show and Norman tonight, but I genuinely do because it's just easy, comfortable, and good. And I think you're always up, the pair of you, for throwing yourself in at doing stuff, and you know, and I really admire you both for doing that.
what do you mean for creating masterpieces like that?
It's good. So
So
yeah,
nice. I think it's
The
so
big blowout
nice.
I've got note on me, let me tell you.
No, you're lovely. And I tell you what, actually, before, because a lot of people asked us, it's just over a year ago now that we'd done the hair show Unleashed.
Yeah, love
And
that.
and I'd love to have done it again this year, but just so much going on. But absolutely going forward, and I know I've spoken to the girls, is that we would probably like to take this into a live studio format in the very near
Yeah,
future.
definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
So rather than us all just being online, you can be online, but also you could watch in a studio and be part of our audience. And I think that is something that we would like to maybe do going forward. And please tell people about this in this show. I'm not just saying it, but a lot of energy and effort goes into putting this on. It isn't just a case that we all just sort of rock up and wing it. Well, it's a big part of it, but there's a lot that goes into it. And I think the industry needs to know about this show, because none of us are getting paid for doing this. There's no sponsorship. This is purely because we as an industry want to hang out, have a good time, have a smile, approach conversations. So yeah, really good. But
And thank
George,
you,
as well,
Dom,
just
for putting it together and giving us all a chance to be part of it.
no,
Yeah.
well, it's easy. I mean, actually, in the future, I'd love to just sort of sit here and just control it and let you guys and girls just sort of carry it on, and I'll just be pressing the buttons in the end. That'd be kind of cool. But it is really good. George, just before we go, you did mention your course. What is that course?
Oh, so yeah, we haven't got anything set in stone actually until next year, but we are going to be doing lots of different cutting courses, colouring courses, and actually we're thinking about taking some of our education online to make it more accessible for everybody. So kind of like a school's not out for summer, so we're going to have some like cool blow drying techniques, some theory, some cutting, some colouring techniques, like quick salon services that are going to make you a lot of money but not cut on the quality. So yeah, I'll be announcing course dates a little bit later on in the year.
Brilliant.
So keep your eyes out.
Good stuff.
Love that.
Good. And okay, well, look, I'll let you go and hang out in the green room, go and put your mute on, and I'll say goodbye to everybody. But thank you, Rheanna.
Thank
George,
you. See you next month all. Bye.
I love them. Really good night tonight. I've got that just flagged up there, that image. But that's my latest podcast, Lisa Farrell. Embrace working with textured and curly hair, and looking at Rhianna's hair tonight. That is exactly what you're going to learn, how to create that sort of look. It's a great podcast, actually, with the judge from the Big Blowout. So if you want to go and have a listen to that on all your usual places that you get podcasts, great series that we're doing there with Matrix, 4-part series. So yeah, thank you everyone. I've been watching the numbers. There've been some really nice numbers. Many of you just sat through the whole show tonight. It's been a long show. I didn't know how that would be. Would it be too long? What would you like to see for the show going forward? Would you like to be part of it? Get in touch. It's so easy, and get part of the How to Cut It hairdressing community, or the Facebook page, or at How to Cut It the podcast. We have some big things happening with How to Cut It. I'm biting at the bit. I've been saying about it for a year, but seriously, big time stuff starting to happen, which is going to get you all involved. I'm all about getting you involved in the community, bringing new ideas and concepts. You're going to see it happening very, very soon. So thank you for joining us. I'm just going to go look through here. Thank you, Paul, who's a very good friend of mine. George, I'd love to try Pravana Colour. I don't know how far back I am. Let me scroll down. Rachel, loved the show. Loved it. Paul, loved the show. Yeah, loved having you all here. Exciting. Yeah, it is exciting, Rachel. I think it's something it's all going to be part of. So, look, we'll be back. I'm not sure if it'll be the last Monday of the month, which will be a Monday. It might be this Monday of the month, whichever that 20th of whatever is. So, keep following. We're going to be back. The show's going to get bigger and better going forward. So until next month, you all take care, be happy, peace, love and smiles all the way. Goodbye.